Hello and welcome. I am Obsidian Anubis, and I'm here with a Battletech battle report. And not just any battle report, but Scenario 1 of the Somerset campaign series. To give some background, the year is 3049. The clans have just invaded the Inner Sphere. Star Colonel Nikolai Malthus of Clan Jade Falcon has attacked the planet of Somerset in the Federated Commonwealth. The defenders, led by Andrew Steiner, fought back bravely to repel the invaders, but though vastly superior battle mechs, Clan Jade Falcon easily crushed the defenders and captured Andrew Steiner. Upon hearing of Somerset's fall, Andrew's brother, Adam Steiner, convinced Melissa Steiner Davian with his famous phrase, "Information is ammunition," to lead a small band to free Somerset from Clan Jade Falcon. Using a confiscated Cretan jump ship and dropship, Adam heads to Dust Bowl, an inhospitable desert world with stretches of wasteland between its domed cities to recruit mech warriors. Unbeknownst to Adam, the crime boss Tybus, self-proclaimed ruler of Dust Bowl, has invited the Jade Falcons to conquer Dust Bowl. Star Colonel Kristen Redmond takes Tybus up on his offer and launches a trial possession against Dust Bowl. The so-called militia of Dust Bowl detect the incoming unknown dropships and investigate. Upon interception of the clan mechs, 3 of the 4 Dust Bowl militia mechs scatter and retreat, with the 4th, a Centurion, collapsing due to a gyro sabotage by Tybus. But the Dust Bowl militia weren't the only Inner Sphere mechs to detect the incoming dropships. And so that brings us to Clash in the Canyon, a Somerset Strike 1 Part 1 on Dust Bowl 6. If we meet the cast, we have Major Adam Steiner in his Axemen AXM-2N, Gunnery 2, Piloting 2. We have Captain Zachary Miles Hawkins in his Guillotine GLT-3N. In the cartoon and in the scenarios, Captain Zachary actually piloted a Mauler. I do not have a Mauler miniature, and so I'm substituting in a Guillotine. It is similar in weight class and point value. Captain Zachary has a gunnery of 3 and a piloting of 4. We also have Lieutenant Sirio Ramirez in his Wolfhound WLF-2, gunnery 4 and piloting 5. Rounding out the strikers, we have Cadet Katura Kylie in her Banshee BSE X2, gunnery 3, piloting 4. Facing off against the clan mechs, Mech Warrior Duval, his Hunchback 2C, gunnery 3, piloting 4. And Star Colonel Kristen Redmond in her Vulture Prime, gunnery 2, piloting 2. So here we can see Clash of the Canyon happens in a desert canyon where Duval and Redmond are about to destroy the crippled Centurion when they detect incoming mechs. So here, the strikers have the Guillotine and the Wolfhound coming in from the south, while the Axeman comes in from the north. Beginning of turn 1, Kylie does a flyby attack, doing a little bit of damage to the Vulture Prime. And then in movement of turn 1, you can see both clan mechs move back to face the incoming Inner Sphere mechs. The Vulture issues a Bachal to the Axeman, while the Hunchback issues a Bachal to the Guillotine. In shooting, the Axeman concentrates on the Vulture Prime, which shoots back at the Axeman, while both the Wolfhound and the Guillotine shoot at the Hunchback, while the Hunchback shoots at the Guillotine. For the first Somerset strikers, you can see that the Axeman took a bit of damage across his mech from the Vulture, while the Guillotine took a bit of damage in both the left torso and the left leg, taking an AC-20 shot to both of those locations. The clan mechs, in return, the Vulture Prime took mild damage across her mech, while the Hunchback took quite a bit of damage, including a headshot that cleared it of all armor, and had a few internal hits in both the right torso and left arm, which resulted in a destroyed AC-20 in the right torso. That brings us to turn 2. So again, at the beginning of turn 2, Kylie does a flyby attack, so you can see her incoming Banshee. After movement, the clan mechs decide to fall back and get reinforcements as they've been duped by Tybus with the incoming mechs. Here we can see Kylie coming in for her flyby attack and plinking off a few more points of damage on the Hunchback. And then in combat, once more, the Hunchback fired at the Guillotine while the Vulture Prime shot at the Axeman. In return, the Guillotine and the Axeman concentrated their fire on the Hunchback. For damage report, you can see that Adam took again several hits, and his large pulse laser on his on his left arm was destroyed due to a internal breach, and the Guillotine lost his left arm due to the fact that he took another AC-20 hit to the left torso, blowing up his left torso. In return, the Vulture made it out fairly unscathed, maybe a few laser shots, but for the most part undamaged. And once more, Duval took severe beating across his mech, now having almost no armor left in most of his torso, except for the center torso. So that brings us to turn 3. In turn 3, Kylie was unable to get around in time, so she will be absent for this turn. So before movement, and then after movement, you can again see that the clan mechs are kind of withdrawing in unison, while the Inner Sphere Somerset Strikers kind of close in around them. In combat, in this phase, Duval took a second headshot, which eliminated him from this round, or from the future game, as he was destroyed in cockpit. But before he was destroyed, he did switch targets to the Wolfhound, as no one had claimed that target yet, and fired an AC-20 shot into the Wolfhound, blowing off its leg, or at least severely crippling it and knocking it prone. So if we look at the damage report, you can see that the Axeman this turn took a few more hits, but didn't take too many hits, as the Vulture was not in the prime shot to get some shots on it. The Guillotine made it through this round without any more damage, as the clan mech had been fighting switch targets. And then the Wolfhound took an AC-20 shot to his left leg, which went through all the armor and damaged the internal structure, destroying the hip, causing him to fall. Luckily, he did pass his piloting check and was uninjured in the fall. For the clan mechs, however, while the Vulture was undamaged or slightly damaged, the Hunchback took a second direct hit to the head, which eliminated it from the combat. Going to turn 4, Kylie was once more able to turn around and come back, doing a flyby attack. So before movement and then after movement, you can see that the Vulture is now in full withdrawal at this point, just trying to make it off the west side of the board as the other mechs move in around it. The Wolfhound was able to stand up and move a little bit this turn. Again, you can see Kylie doing her flyby attack and blasting at the Vulture. Going to combat, because the Vulture is the only mech remaining and there's no other clan mechs to issue patrols, she can switch between targets at her wish. And I believe she targeted the Guillotine this round, blasting him in the legs and doing a bit of torso damage. In return, both the Guillotine and Axemen concentrated their fire and tore through most of the right torso and into the structure, and blasted away most of the armor on the left torso and left arm. Going to turn 5, again you can see what the map looks like before movement. And then after movement, once more, the Vulture just kind of dashed to the left side of the board, while the other mechs moved in around. In combat, the Guillotine was once more the primary target, taking a severe punishment to its right arm. In this round, the Vulture got through mostly unscathed. You can see that the left arm took a few hits and the left torso took a few more hits. Luckily, nothing has been critically damaged significantly that's causing any issues. So that brings us to turn 6. So turn 6, you can see this is kind of what it looked like at the end of turn 5 before movement. And once more, Kylie will be doing a flyby attack. So after movement, and as Kylie comes roaring in, you can see that the Vulture has almost made it off the edge of the board, which is its primary goal at this point, while the other mechs are moving it around it. Kylie once more did a flyby and did a few laser shots. In shooting, once more the Guillotine was the primary target and took severe damage to its internal structure in both the center torso and the right leg. In return, though, the Vulture took a severe beating in both of its legs, taking quite a bit of damage and some critical hits, I think, in the left torso, and then some more armor being peeled off in the center torso. But luckily, no crits went through and damaged the engine or gyro, allowing the Vulture to remain standing. So in turn 7, this is what it looks like at the beginning of the turn. And I believe the clan mechs actually lost initiative, so they had to move first, which worked out well because the clan mech just moved off the board. So this ended up being a Striker's marginal victory, as they were able to down one of the clan mechs and make the other clan mech flee off the board without losing any other number in return. And that was it. This is just the first scenario. It was fairly quick. It only had a few mechs. As the scenarios will continue, more mechs will be added to the scenario, which will significantly increase the playtime and length of the scenarios. I'm running these all with Classic, as I prefer that system, so I will continue, doing this as I can. Just taking pictures after every turn to kind of give you guys an update on the different mechs in the different scenarios. But I hope you enjoyed this Battletech battle report, and I hope to see you all again soon. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and as always, give me some comments.